have never looked worse. It's so cold. Oh my gosh. It like, it almost fell down my top. What is up everyone? Welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are doing well. For today's video, as you guys can tell by the title, we are trying out some more viral TikTok beauty hacks. I feel like the last time I did this was definitely like a month or two ago, so we are definitely way overdue for another one. If you guys have been on my channel for a little while, you'll probably already know that I used to do a lot of like testing life hacks, beauty hacks, all that kind of jazz. That's kind of like how my channel kind of started. So doing these kinds of videos always makes me super happy because it just makes me think of like those good times when I first started my channel. But yeah, if you guys haven't seen my previous testing TikTok beauty hacks, I will have them all linked in the eye and also in the description, so make sure you guys check those out after this video. But I guess without further ado, let's get on into the video. Okay, so the very first TikTok hack that we're going to be trying out is this one right here by the user called Skin by Dolce. Basically in this TikTok, she tells you guys how to get glowing skin, and her tip to that is to ice your face. I have honestly never done this before, but I've got some ice cubes right here which are slowly melting and I'm willing to give this a try. So in her TikTok it says that icing your face has many benefits. It can reduce oily skin, can ease acne, boost skin's beautiful glow, and eliminate puffiness and more. I mean, I definitely already knew that ice can like obviously decrease puffiness in your face because we use like jade rollers which obviously have that cooling effect, but never have I ever thought to actually get a whole ass ice cube and rub this on my face. Okay, this is literally freezing cold on my hands. I think I'm just gonna use one because my hand is probably gonna fall off. God, okay, so this probably would be easier to just like wrap in a tissue, but she just held it and then she just kind of like rubbed it on her face, like under her eyes. My fingers are freezing. It's literally melting all over the place, but it feels so nice under my eyes. I am gonna cave. My hand is freezing. I'm just gonna wrap it in some tissue and use it that way. Okay, this is much better. Like, I actually can feel my hand now, so I'm gonna do it like this. So again, I'm just gonna run that across my face, under my eyes. That is so cold. I mean, I don't know what I expected. Is literally rubbing an ice cube on my face, but it feels super nice on the skin. It like, it almost fell down my top. I mean, on a hot summer's day, this is such a treat. It is boiling right now and well, this is definitely very refreshing. I'm going slightly red right here. Can you guys see that? I feel like this would be such a great hack if you had just woken up and your eyes are super puffy. Unfortunately, my eyes or my face is not very puffy right now, so I feel like I can't really show you guys the effects, but it definitely feels really nice on the skin, and I can tell that this is like definitely closing up my pores. So I guess I'm just gonna give this hack a thumbs up just for the fact that it feels really nice and refreshing on my face. Okay, the next TikTok beauty hack I really want to try out is this one right here. And as you guys can see, it's looking pretty cray-cray. This like pixel grid kind of makeup I have literally seen everywhere on Instagram as well as TikTok. And honestly, I don't really understand it. I really want to try it for myself just to see what the hype is about. Does this actually make your foundation look amazing, or is it just a massive waste of time and literally just clickbait? I guess we're about to find out. Basically, the first thing she does is she takes a light concealer. The one I'm using is the Fenty Beauty one. And she basically uses this lightest concealer to create the grid-like effect on the face. I feel like this is gonna take some time. So grab a snack, grab a drink, cause we're gonna be here a while. And I'm literally just gonna draw a line straight down my face. Oh my God. This is definitely not going to be the most precise grid you ever see. Okay, so one line is done. I genuinely don't even know how long this will take. I don't have like a perception of time of how long this kind of look takes at all, but in some of the TikToks that I've seen of this, people have been saying it takes like 7 hours. I'm gonna try and wing it and be like as quick as possible because I'm not about to see it for 7 hours. So I guess you guys are just gonna see the fast forwarded version of me drawing on the grid on my face, and then we'll fill it in together. Okay, so my grid is finally finished. It didn't actually take as long as I thought it would, but I feel like this part is probably the most tedious and time consuming. It's now time to fill all the tiny little squares on my face, and I'm not looking forward to it. I guess I'm gonna kind of start off with the darkest points of my face first, like the contours, my nose, and my temples. So for this, I'm just gonna use all the darkest cream contour products that I own and basically try and emulate those darker pixels within the face. I can already tell this is gonna take like a decade. If this doesn't look good, I'm gonna be so mad. Okay, I'm gonna start off here and fill in this little square. Oh my God. What have I got myself into? I can't even be asked to count how many of these I have to do on my face, but there's like easily 100. I'm gonna do one on my temple. I kind of want it to look really like sporadic. I don't want it to look too symmetrical. I would say if you want to try this yourself, definitely get like a tapered, angled kind of brush because I feel like it makes it easier to kind of maintain that square shape. Okay, so this is my progress so far. I've just added a few of the brown squares as like my subtle contour. Now, this has taken 5 minutes and I've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 squares, and that just indicates to me this is gonna take a hot minute. So roll the montage of me suffering for probably about 2 hours doing this whilst you guys see it in about 3 seconds. Roll the clip. Okay guys, so finally I am finished with the grid. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not exactly happy with how it turned out. I feel like I should have done the squares a lot smaller, but this is gonna have to do. I think I spent like an hour doing this, which wasn't that bad, but in the grand scheme of things, would I do this again? Probably not. Now, obviously because some of the concealers probably have already dried now, I'm gonna use some setting spray to kind of bring them back to life, and I'm actually gonna use a brush to blend them out. I'm gonna spritz some on my brush and then also on my face. Just want to make sure it's all nice and wet. Now that I've done that, it's now time to blend this all out. I've literally spent like an hour doing this and now I'm gonna blend it all away. Okay, are you guys ready? 3, 2, 1. Is it blending? Oh wow, it's actually blending really nicely. Oh my gosh, look at that. This is literally blending out so good. What the heck? Okay, so this part here has blended out really, really nicely. I'm gonna try and blend out my chin. This is honestly such a long way to just literally apply your foundation. I feel like there's so many better ways. This is definitely just for clickbait. What are we thinking so far? I feel like it's all becoming a little bit muddy. Okay, I'm going in to the cheek. I'm really nervous because it could just look really bad. It is a little bit like hard to blend everything out just because obviously this concealer has been sitting on my face for like an hour in some places. I feel like that square of blush is just not blending out at all. Okay, next side. This is literally so satisfying. Okay, so this is my finished foundation. I won't lie, it's looking very flat. I feel like even though we had the contour and highlight and the blush, everything has kind of just ended up looking one color. However, looking up close at my foundation, it is pretty full coverage and the color is actually a perfect match. Like now that I've blended everything together, it literally matches my neck so well. The big question is, would I do this again? I'm not too sure. It was quite fun. It was very time consuming though, and I wouldn't really class it as like a beauty hack, but perhaps maybe for a Halloween look, I would totally consider it again just because it does look good and it was really satisfying to blend out. Okay, so now that my base is all done, it is now time to move on to the next hack, which is kind of, again, another base hack. This one is kind of crazy and I'm a little bit nervous about it, but I thought I would try it out for you guys. The TikTok that I'm talking about is this one right here, and I'm scared. So this TikTok is by a user called Makeup by Alicia C. Now, what she is doing is she is dunking her face in ice cold water after she's done her base and set it with some powder. Apparently, this is a Korean beauty hack, and also the likes of Bella Hadid really swear by it. So I'm gonna try it. So first things first, I'm gonna set my face with some translucent powder just like she did. I'm using this one from Revolution Pro. Now I usually don't do this, but I'm gonna set my whole face with this powder. I usually just kind of do my T-zone and my under eyes, but I'm pretty sure there's something about this hack that like reacts with the powder on your face, making it super flawless when it comes in contact with water. Okay, I just know I'm gonna make a mess here. I'm honestly kind of nervous because I'm not too good underwater, but wish me luck. 3, 2, 1. It's so cold. I can't do it. I can't do it. I don't know what I was expecting, but it went in my nostrils like straight away. Okay, let's go again. 3, 2, 1. It keeps going in my nostrils. I can't stop it. I don't like it. I've just realized whenever I go in the pool and I go underwater, I always hold my nose. So I don't know how I'm going to do this. I don't know why I can't bring myself to literally submerge my nose under there. Like I know I'm not going to drown, but for some reason I'm so scared of water and especially drowning that this is just not a good hack for me. I guess what I'm going to have to do is just like dunk my face on the sides and like not put my nose under. Does that make sense? Okay, let's do one side. Okay, one side done. Now the other. Okay, I have definitely submerged my whole face under there, just in parts. Okay, so once your face is wet, you're supposed to pat it dry. So I'm just gonna use this little reusable cotton pad and I'm just gonna pat the excess water away. Oh. It actually looks pretty good. To be honest, because I combined so many concealers in the previous hack, my skin was looking a little bit patchy and a little bit dry in some areas. And doing this, I actually feel like it has fixed those patchy areas. What kind of wizardry is this? Like, it is not patchy under my eyes anymore. How? How did this work? What do you guys think? Do you think my foundation looked better before or do you think it looks better now? I actually feel like it looks way better now. Now this hack I found from the user called Jillian X Grace and she basically showed this hack of applying your nose contour with a pair of tweezers. So what she says to do is just apply your cream contour product on the edge of like the tweezers, which is what I'm gonna do now. And then she just swipes it onto her nose, distributing that product that she just applied onto the tweezers. And then once it's applied, you basically just then take a smaller brush and blend this away, which is what I'm gonna do as well. Okay, so this is what the nose contour is so far looking like. I feel like it looks okay. It's not something that I couldn't do without the tweezers, that's for sure. I feel like maybe if you're a beginner at nose contour and you're not very good at applying very thin amount of products, like very precise, perhaps using a tweezer like this would be a good trick. But I feel like for someone like me that could have just literally applied that contour onto my nose with a small brush anyway, this was just a really pointless step. Not only are my tweezers now dirty with contour products, I feel like my nose doesn't look that great. But let me know what you guys think. Does this contour look any better than usual? I feel like I could have just done this freehand. I think I'm gonna give this hack a thumbs up purely for the fact that it definitely does do what it claims to do. It does contour your nose. However, is this a revolutionary way of contouring? I wouldn't say so. And would I do this again? Probably not. And now the very last hack I'm really excited to try out because it's actually an eyeshadow hack. This is from the user Mimi R Makeup. I hope I'm saying that right. And what she does is she basically tests out this technique of applying rainbow eyeshadow. I absolutely love the look of this technique. I've never ever tried anything like this, but it looks very artistic. It almost looks like spray paint or like splatter paint. So what she does is she just takes a tiny bit of tissue, she scrunches it up in a random like formation. She then literally just takes this and dips it directly into a pan of eyeshadow, which is what I'm gonna do. By the way, the palette I'm using for this is my ROXI X Revolution Color Burst palette, and I feel like it's got all the rainbow shades you ever need in this. So I'm just gonna pick up the shade Blue Lagoon and I'm just going to stamp this on my outer corner like so. I'm gonna do it a few times as well just to make sure that it's like nicely blended out around the edges. Okay, that looks very messy, but we're gonna fix it, do not worry. Okay, I'm really liking it already. It definitely looks very messy, but it's one of those things where you have to trust the process. The next shade I'm gonna take is the purple shade called Memories, and I'm gonna just stamp that next to that blue shade and kind of like blend it into each other. Okay, next up I'm gonna take the shade Bang Bang, and I'm gonna again stipple that further into my inner corner. I feel like the closer you kind of pinch the tissue, the more precise of a look you get. And the very last shade I'm gonna use is the yellow one in the shade Lemonade. Again, I'm just gonna press that in the eyeshadow and then just kind of stamp it into my inner corner. Okay, so that is the eye makeup look complete. It is very messy right now. I'm just gonna touch up under my eyes with some concealer and hopefully that will kind of like neaten up the look. Okay, so that's the eyeshadow all touched up. I feel like it looks very messy, but in like a good way. This look and this technique is definitely giving me like Harley Quinn kind of vibes. You guys remember when she had like super smudged kind of eyeshadow, but on purpose? This is literally giving me exactly that and I'm obsessed with it. I feel like this technique is super easy to do. You honestly don't have to be amazing at blending. It kind of just all blends together seamlessly. And the pigmentation of your shadows that you're using turns out so good because you're literally just pressing it on rather than like swiping it. So yeah, I'm really happy with how this turned out. I'm just gonna finish off my makeup and I'll be right back. All right guys, so that is my finished makeup. I honestly don't know how to feel about this. As I was kind of like touching things up, I genuinely thought I have never looked worse. I feel like the reason why I feel like this is definitely because of my base makeup. I should have, in hindsight, probably taken it off and started fresh. I feel like my nose contour, on the other hand, it doesn't look that bad. It's definitely had better days, but it's not the worst. And lastly, my eye makeup, I actually love it. I feel like it's one of those things, it's like a love it or hate it kind of thing. I feel like it looks better from close up rather than from afar, which is very weird to say, but I feel like from afar, you can't really understand why it looks patchy. But I feel like when you come up close and you see the fact that it's like a splatter kind of effect, you can definitely understand a bit better why it's not fully blended. But in general, I feel like this look was definitely pulled together by a bit of added contour and highlighter. But let me know what you guys think. Which one of these hacks was your favorite? Have you ever tried it for yourself? Let me know in the comments. If you guys would like to see more videos like this on my channel in the future, let me know by giving this video a huge thumbs up and be sure to subscribe as well. But that is all from me. Thank you guys so much for being here and watching this video, and hopefully I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye! Mwah.